Tuesday, July 22nd. PAGASA monitoring 3 LPAs. One may intensify into Tropical Depression Dante. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration is monitoring 3 low-pressure areas, including one that has a high chance of developing into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. If it intensifies inside the PAR, PAGASA will assign it the local name Dante. Another system inside PAR, LPA 07 hours, has a medium chance of development. It was last spotted 225 kilometers east-southeast of Basco Batanes. A third weather system, LPA 07I, currently outside PR, also has a medium likelihood of becoming a tropical depression within 24 hours. However, its development could enhance the southwest monsoon, or habagat, which may bring more rain, particularly over Luzon and Visayas. PAGASA has issued a heavy rainfall forecast until Friday, July 25th. PALAS suspends classes and government work in 37 areas on Wednesday, July 23rd. Classes at all levels and work in government offices in Metro Manila and other provinces remained suspended on Wednesday, July 23rd, due to the heavy rainfall caused by the habagat or southwest monsoon. Malacañang announced the cancellation of classes through Memorandum Circular Number 90 on Tuesday, July 22nd. Agencies responsible for health services and response efforts must remain operational despite the suspension of government work. Non-vital government employees of subject agencies and all other government employees may be engaged under approved alternate work arrangements, subject to applicable laws, rules, and regulations, the memorandum said. Localized cancellation of classes and work in government offices in other regions may be implemented by their respective local chief executives, it added. The suspension of work for private companies, however, is left to the discretion of their respective heads. Marcos tells Hegseth that Philippines and U.S. ties must continue to evolve. Citing the changing geopolitical dynamics, President Marcos suggested that the relationship between the Philippines and United States must continue to evolve. Marcos made the statement during his meeting with U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon on Tuesday, July 22nd, Manila time. The president recalled Hegseth's visit to Manila in March, describing it as an important symbol of the enduring Philippine-U.S. partnership and a reaffirmation of both nations' commitment to the Mutual Defense Treaty. He underscored the critical importance of the Philippines-United States alliance in maintaining peace and stability in the South China Sea and the broader Indo-Pacific region. Marcos emphasized the need for continued bilateral discussions amid rapidly shifting geopolitical dynamics. He also expressed appreciation for the ongoing support of the U.S. government through joint military exercises and the continued modernization of the armed forces of the Philippines. Duterte hopes for freedom in time for VP Sara's possible 2028 presidential run. Former President Rodrigo Duterte hopes that he will be free by the time Vice President Sara Duterte decides to seek the presidency in 2028. This was shared by the vice president during a chance interview with supporters outside the Scheveningen prison in The Hague, Netherlands, where her father has been detained since he was extradited there in March. The vice president shared that she and her father discussed about President Marcos and the possible presidential candidates in 2028. But she told her father that no one will vote for any Marcos ever in the history of the Philippines. But the younger Duterte explained that even though Marcos has the Dilawan on their side right now, Liberal Party and pro-Aquino supporters will not vote for a Marcos. She believed even the Makabayan Bloc, who she alleged is allied with the president now, will not be supporting the president's candidate in 2028. Storm Wipha hits northern Vietnam with strong winds and heavy rain. Tropical storm Wipha made landfall in northern Vietnam on Tuesday, bringing strong winds and heavy rain to parts of the country's north and central regions. The storm came ashore at 10 a.m., with sustained winds of 64 to 102 kilometers per hour and gusts up to 138 kilometers per hour, according to local weather officials. After landfall, it began moving southwest. The storm knocked out power in parts of Hưng Yên province, east of Hanoi. Residents rushed to gas stations to buy fuel for generators, state media reported. The streets of capital city, Hanoi, were nearly empty as the storm moved inland. Most businesses were closed, and the city government has advised residents to stay home and evacuate buildings that are unstable or in flood-prone areas. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us on social media.